a brand new day. And of course, it's a brand new month. So if you didn't hear me, welcome to the Small People Show. Again, with me, Auntie Vashti, where we laugh, we learn, and we love. Guess what? We have something different. So, welcome to the Small People Show with me, Auntie Vashti, where little voices make big sounds and we laugh, we learn, and we love. It's a brand new day, a brand new week, and a brand new month. And guess what? I've got a brand new story to share because every Monday we do some reading. And guess what? Guess what, everyone? I have some exciting news. And I'm so excited about today's show, because we have some new small people joining us from the Inwood High School. And every week for the rest of this month, we're going to have them inside the Small People Show. And today I have with me Taraji Hilton, and she's 12 years old. Her favorite color is blue. And as I told you before, she's from Inwood High School, right? One fun fact about Taraji is she's very creative and likes making bracelets. I just want to say thank you. I know Hannah is listening. Thank you, Hannah, because Hannah was my reading partner. And Hannah will not be with me for a while because, of course, we have some new children around. But thank you so much, Hannah. And I know that we will talk again, right, Yash? We will talk again. Anyway, good afternoon, Taraji. How are you?
Good afternoon.
How are
I'm fine.
you? You're fine? You sure? Or your face looks so serious? Are you okay? Sure,
Yes,
sure, sure?
yes.
Yes? Okay, very good. So, how do you feel? How are you feeling?
Little
A
nervous.
little nervous? It's fine. Guess what? We're all human, and I may feel nervous at times too. But you got this. I believe in you. I know that you got this. Okay? So, how was your day today?
It was good.
It was good. What did you do? I know they never go to school today because they never have any exam, right?
I'm about the
You didn't
exam.
have, right? So, what did you do today?
Watch TV.
You watched. So, you finished exam?
Yeah,
Yes, if you finish
yeah,
what you finish doing exams for now.
yeah.
So when do you go back to school?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. I must say good afternoon to Taraji's mom. She's here in the studio with us. Taraji's mom. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining Taraji this afternoon. And I must say, I teach Taraji literature. Okay, and Taraji is a very brilliant student, and she always do good for her exam. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm so happy that she could join me this afternoon inside the Small People Show. Taraji, I want a smile. Smile for the camera. Also, we are live on YouTube and on Facebook at Love 101 FM Jamaica. So you can join us there and you'll see Taraji and I in studio. Alrighty, so Taraji, today we are going to be reading a story. But before we get into that, I want to know some more about you, right? So I am seeing that you're 12 years old. Your favorite color is blue. That's my favorite color too, blue and purple. My favorite color. And you're very creative and you like to make bracelets. That's nice. Tell me some more things about you. Anything else? What's your favorite?
Sweet.
What's your favorite subject? Your favorite? Do you have to call my subject now? What's your favorite subject?
Maths.
Maths. Okay. And why do you like maths?
Mm,
You just like numbers, or you just like maths?
Just like
You just
maths.
like maths. Okay. Understood. Alrighty. Well, today we'll be reading a story, and the title of our story is "The
The ant
Ant
and the
and the
grasshopper.
Grasshopper." So you can read that for us.
Once upon a time, in a bright, bustling meadow filled with wildflowers and tall grasses,
Closer to the mic, Taraji, so our listeners can hear you.
Once upon a time, in a bright bustling meadow filled with wildflowers and tall grasses swaying in the gentle summer breeze, there lived a colony of hard-working ants. Every day, these ants marched in a steady line, carrying tiny bits of food to their cozy underground home. They worked tirelessly from sunrise to sunset, gathering seeds, crumbs, and even small bits of fruit that had fallen from the nearby trees. Their motto whispered among them as they marched was, "Today we work, tomorrow we feast." In the very same meadow, not far from the ants' busy trails, lived a cheerful, carefree grasshopper. This grasshopper was known for his love of music and laughter. Every morning, as the sun rose and painted the sky in the hues of pink and gold, the grasshopper would leap onto a smooth rock and begin to play his fiddle with like wings. His melody was joyful and full of life, and it echoed across the meadow. The grasshopper believed that the days were meant for enjoying the moment, dancing in the warm sunlight and singing under the clear blue sky. One bright summer day, while the ants were busy hauling grains back to their anthill, the grasshopper hopped over to where they were with a light chuckle. He called out, "Why do you all work so hard? Look at this wonderful day. Come and dance with me, sing with me, and enjoy the sunshine." The ants paused in their work and looked at the grasshopper, shaking their heads gently. One ant replied, "Dear grasshopper, we appreciate your music and joy, but we must prepare for the days when the sun hides behind gray clouds and the wind blows cold. Winter is coming and we must work now so we have food to eat later." The grasshopper laughed heartily. "Winter, that's far away. Why worry about tomorrow when today is so beautiful? I'll worry about winter when it comes. For now, I choose to play." And so, while the ants carried on with their steady work, the grasshopper continued his livelytude, sleeping on, trailing
In the sunlit fields.
yeah, in the sun.
Continue. As the
As the
weeks
weeks passed,
passed,
summer flourished. The meadow was alive with color, and every day the ants diligently filled their stores. The grasshopper, meanwhile, filled his days with music, playing for the butterflies, the birds, and even for himself, blissfully unaware of the passage of time. Sometimes the grasshopper would glance at the ants marching back and forth, but he would simply smile and resume his play. One day, as the air began to carry a cooler hint and the long days started to shrink, a whisper of change started stirred in the middle. The vibrant wildflowers began to drop, and the sky wore a sober hue. The ants, however, continued their determined work, knowing that every grain of food was a small victory against the coming cold. Their tiny hearts were filled with hope and discipline, for they had seen this change before and knew it well. Then one chilly morning, as the ants, what?
as the first
Yeah,
frost painted the edges of the meadow
with
with
the
delicate
delicate crystals,
crystals
the grasshoppers awoke
to
to
find
find
the
the world
world
transformed.
transformed.
The sun still rose, but its warmth no longer lingered long enough to melt the icy ground. The lively green of the meadow had given way to
To
brown,
barren
barren,
patches.
barren patches, and the once joyful melodies of the grasshopper were muffled by the quiet, harsh whispers of winter. Hungry and cold, the grasshopper hopped around the frosty field, his fiddle-like wings now silent. The joy of summer was far behind him, and he realized too late that he had not gathered any food for winter. With a heavy heart, the grasshopper remembered the cheerful remarks of the ants and the wise words they had shared. Desperate, the grasshopper decided to seek help from the ants. He made his way to the entrance of their warm, bustling anthill, shivering from the cold. Hastily, he knocked on the little door, and one of the busy ants peered out. "Dear friend," the grasshopper began, his voice trembling with both cold and regret, "I have sung and danced all summer and played my music under the sun. But now winter is here and I have nothing to eat. Will you help me?" The ant looked kindly at the grasshopper and said, "We worked hard to prepare for this time, and though you did not, we understand that sometimes we learn lessons the hard way. Come in and share our warmth and food. But remember, my friend, that hard work and planning go hand in hand with enjoying life." Grateful beyond measure, the grasshopper stepped into the anthill. As he ate with the ants, he listened intently to their stories of past winters and the value of diligence and foresight. In the cozy space with gentle warmth and the hum of the busy yet caring voices, the grasshopper voted that next summer he would balance his music with a little work. He would gather food and plan for the future so that his songs of joy wouldn't turn into notes of regret. Over time, as the harsh winter slowly melted into the promise of spring, the grasshopper learned to cherish both the beauty of the present and the wisdom of preparing for tomorrow. The meadow bloomed again, and the grasshopper, no wiser and a bit more industrious, played his music with the added melody of diligence, a reminder to all who listen that every season has
Has
its
its
lesson.
lesson. Right. And that was our story for today, the ant and the grasshopper. So Taraji, tell me now, how did you feel or what do you think about that story? What do you think about that story? Did you find it interesting? Do you have any thoughts on it? No thoughts?
Mm.
It's fine. So, okay, guess what? Guess what? We are going to go into our curiosity corner. I'm going to ask you some questions about this story because I want to see if you learned anything from this story, okay? So during reading Mondays, we read a story and then I ask you some questions about it. So how do you feel? Are you ready for that?
Yes,
Yes, Auntie Vashti.
yes, Auntie Vashti.
Yes, I know at school they call me Miss, but in studio we say Auntie Vashti, okay?
Yes, Auntie Vashti.
Alrighty. So the first question to you, Taraji, is what was the setting of the story? And I like this question. You know why I like this question? Why?
Because we do it at school.
We do it at school. Excellent. So what is the setting of the story?
In the meadows.
Very good. And what did we say about this? I feel like I'm in school now, in a class. What did we say about the setting of the story? The setting is what?
Where the story takes
Where
place.
you see Osha Bright? Scholar. All right. So what would be the setting of the story?
In the meadows.
Very good. And who were the main characters in the story?
The
Could you come closer to the mic? We want our listeners to hear you, you know?
The grasshopper and the ants.
So very good. So those are the characters in the story. And tell our list or small people, Taraji, give me the meaning of character. Who is the character in a story? You got this.
The characters are the people who act in a story or a
Okay.
film.
All right. Very good. So the next question is, what was the ant's motto?
Today we work, tomorrow we feast.
Go again.
Today we work, tomorrow we feast.
Very good. And what did the grasshopper like to do all day?
Sing and dance.
Sing and dance. And how? And okay, answer that in complete sentence. In a complete sentence.
The thing that the grasshopper like to
To
do all
do
day is
is
sing
the
and dance.
very good, excellent. And why did the ants work so hard during the summer?
So they could have food for winter.
Very good. So what happened to the grasshopper when winter came?
He had no food.
He had no food and he was so cold and hungry. All right, very good. You're going well so far. Very good. So, why did the grasshopper go to the ants for help? Let me see if you remember this one. Why did the grasshopper go to the ants for help? Because he had.
Because the ants had a very determined mind.
Okay, and he had no what?
Food.
Food. Okay, very good. So he had no food and was desperate. So what lesson did the grasshopper learn from the ants? What lesson can he learn from the ants? The importance of what? You got this. I know you got it. You have it. What lesson did the grasshopper learn from the ants? The importance of
preparing for a holiday.
Okay. And planning for what? Planning for the
future.
Future. Very good. So, how did the grasshopper change his behavior after after learning from the ants? How did the grasshopper change his behavior after learning from the ants? See if you remember this one. You can always go back to your story. How did the grasshopper change his behavior after learning from the ants? What did he vote to do?
Sing and work.
Mm-hmm. To balance what did he want to balance?
His daily routine.
Mm-hmm. With?
Singing and working in between.
Right, very good. So, what is the moral of this story? What can we learn from this story? Based on, you read everything. So, what can we learn from this story? What can we learn from this story? And I know we can learn a lot from this story. What can we learn? This is the last question for today. What can we learn from this story or the moral of the story? What do you think? Let me see if I get this one. Okay. Okay, you want me to help you? So it's best to prepare for
another day.
Okay, or you said the F
future.
word, the future. Very good. Instead of being idle and expecting others to help you. So we can be, it's best to prepare for the
future.
For the future. Very good. So we can definitely learn that from this story. And I'll stop here this afternoon. And the title of our story was The Ant and the Grasshopper. Right? So, Taraji, before we go into the word for today, I want you to tell me, why do you think it is important to read? Why is it important to read? Because every Monday we do some reading, and I'm always talking to our small people that reading is important. So I want to hear from you. Why do you think it is important to read?
I think it's important. It is important to read
Mm-hmm.
because when you read, you understand better.
You understand better, okay, and you can gain more what? What can you gain? More. It starts with K.
Knowledge.
Very good. More knowledge. So then there are a lot of small people listening to you today. So I want you to tell them something encouraging. How can you encourage them about reading? What can you say, or what will you say to them this afternoon about reading? Or anything at all? While Taraji thinks about it, good afternoon again, everyone. You're listening to the Small People Show. And if you want to see us in studio, we're live on YouTube and on Facebook at Love 101 FM Jamaica. And today, joined with or by Taraji Hilton, and she's from Inwood High School. Okay, she's also my student. I teach her literature. Okay, so yes, so Taraji, back to you now. What are you telling our small people this afternoon?
Always have confidence in yourself and don't
Always.
let people bring you down.
You hear that? Speak louder so that they can hear you.
Always have confidence in yourself and don't let people bring you down.
And don't let people bring you down. You hear that? Be confident. Okay? I like that. Thank you so much, Taraji. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, if or I'm unable I'm unable to see the comment section now. Maybe Darren can help me. But maybe our Inwood family is on YouTube. They are on. Could you help me quickly, Darren, please? The comment section. Gabriel Williams, good afternoon. Deborah, good afternoon. Ah, thank you. Who is that? Galloway Kevin. Oh, okay. Okay, good afternoon. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. You see? You got this. I know she have it. Miss Walters. That's from Miss Walters is from Innswood. You know Miss Walters, your PE teacher. Good afternoon, Miss Walters. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, good afternoon. Thank you guys so much for joining us this afternoon. And of course, before we go, we have our word for the day, and the word of the day is perseverance. Perseverance means to keep trying and not give up. Right? Even when things get difficult, it's like when you're trying to ride a bike for the first time and you fall off, but you get back on and keep trying until you can ride it smoothly. So can you repeat the word with me? Want to repeat it? Per,
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 see,
see,
ver,
ver,
ans.
ans,
Pronounce it.
perseverance.
Excellent. Right. Thank you so much. So that's our word for today, perseverance. And of course, every day is a day, and today is National Carrot Cake Day, and it's celebrated on the 3rd of February every year. Ways to celebrate: you can bake a carrot cake, or you can visit a bakery, right? So it is National Carrot Cake Day. And of course, the our Ainswood family, good afternoon to you. Can't call out all the names, but of course, good afternoon. I know you're watching. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you again, Taraji, for joining us this afternoon. Thank you to Mommy for joining us. And of course, next week we'll have you again.
Yes.
All righty, very good. So that is all for today. Thank you to my producer, Yashika. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and it will be Edu Fantastic Tuesday. And we have another student for tomorrow, so look out for that. Alrighty, up next we have the news. Whoosh! Let's say it together. We're going to say whoosh, okay? We're out of here after two. 1, 2. Whoosh! We're
out of hair. Thank you, Taraji. Bye, guys.